Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing another DC Universe Classic review, but we're going to be doing something a little different. Over the past few months I've been reviewing figures, however I did not have their variants when I reviewed them. But recently I have picked up a lot of variants. An example of this would be, let's just take Firestorm. I bought Firestorm a while back. I reviewed him. However, at that time I did not have this variant. So today we're going to review his variant along with 6 other figures. So a total of 7 figures that are going to be reviewed today real quickly. And if the characters are actually different characters being a variant, I'm going to give them a character bio too. So let's start things off with Superman. Originally I bought this Superman, the Recovery Suit Superman, which I love. Great figure. Only complaint is that they use a paint app on the toes rather than an actual plastic on it, but it was a great figure, great head mold, great body. Everything worked out well with this figure. Probably because I like the Recovery Suit Superman so much. And then in Norwood, Massachusetts, at a superstore for Newbury Comics, I got the variant, which would be Superman in his standard costume with standard color schemes. And he has the same head mold. Now, when comparing the two figures, I can't. Actually, I gotta put this guy aside and bring out the DC Superhero Superman, which I love so much. When it comes down to this, let's just take a look at this figure right here. As you can see, he has kind of the same body mold that's been used on a lot of figures, with a few tweaks here and there, like the belt and such. And on the back, he has the S on the cape, which was missing on a lot of Superman figures. The S on the front looks a little off, and it doesn't quite fit that well on the polygon. That is a polygon, yes? Yeah, I think so. The diamond-like shape on his chest. He has some detailing in the chest and the quadricep region. When comparing it to this figure, they both kind of balance each other out. I think this figure is built better and has a better cape. However, this figure has a better color scheme and actually has the S on the cape. This one does not. I just wanted to compare the two. I like the head mold on this better, but this head mold works well too. I mean, look at this cape. It's much longer, where this cape is much shorter. And the body just looks a little bit more intimidating, with this one looks a little bit more relaxed. Bringing you with that. When it comes down to the two figures, what variant do I prefer? I prefer this one more. But that's because I have a lot of Superman figures. If you don't have a standard Superman figure, this is a good figure to pick up. You can do a lot worse. I do recommend this figure, and I recommend both of them. They're both good figures. Both good Superman figures. On to Batman Beyond. Originally, I bought the KB Toys exclusive Batman Beyond, and then I picked up I picked up a while ago the regular Batman Beyond. This is the variant, this is the regular. Not much to say about these two, except for I like this one, the variant, a lot more. Just because this figure doesn't have that much that makes him stand out. I mean, the head mold looks okay, but on the whole, it's just a black color scheme. Again, you can really only do so much with a Batman Beyond figure. I would have liked if they gave him wings, like he did in the show, but that's probably going above and beyond the Call of Duty from Mattel. I'm not saying, well, I just don't like the figure that much in either incarnation. Would I recommend picking them up? No, neither of them. But if you had to pick one of them up, KB Toy exclusive. So that's probably kind of hard, seeing that KB Toys is closed. I know they're selling them online. I don't know what they're doing for prices. Last I checked, they were ridiculously high, but I'm sure they shortened it down because Mattel said that they were going to distribute more figures to online stores. Moving on, originally I bought the regular Big Barda figure, and recently I have, not recently, within the past month or so, I bought the variant, which has basically the same figure with the head switched with the new head mold. Take a look at this bad girl right here. This Barda figure I actually dislike. I do not like it. There's a lot of faults to the Barda figure. There's a lot of faults. There's some good stuff too, but there's some faults. I think this Barda figure is more accessible. I like it a lot more. It looks a lot better. I wish it could be a little taller and the public area be a little bit better done. This figure, I think the helmet, taking it away, kind of makes it a very lacking figure. I just don't like the head mold at all. I don't think it looks good. It barely even looks like Barda. I mean, they try to make Barda's hair look like how she does in the comics, but I don't think it works that well. Putting her back. Oh, so to say, if you're going to get one of these figures, I would get this one. Definitely. The variant's not worth it at all. Moving moving on. At first, I got Mr. Miracle, and much recently, within the past week or two, I got Dr. Impossible. So when it comes down to it, I actually had to get character bios to this guy. Not much is known about him. He first showed up in the Justice League comics, Tornado's Past. He claims to be the Apocalypse brother of Mr. Miracle. And he basically does everything in reverse. I mean, Miracle, Impossible, he calls his boom tubes hush tubes, stuff like that. He kind of just switches everything around. He's kind of badass in the comics, though. He has these discs which he throws around that cuts people in half. And I actually would like to see more of him as a bad guy. He's pretty cool. Not much is known about him. Powers and abilities, not much is known. I can't really tell you. But he seems to be very similar to Mr. Miracle in that sense, powers and ability-wise. When it comes down to these figures, both of them are absolutely beautiful. I like them both a lot. They're not the best figures from the wave, but they do look both good. If I had to pick, I would go with Mr. Miracle over Impossible. Probably because Mr. Miracle comes with accessories, but Impossible's color scheme is actually very nice. If you come across him, I would buy him. Online, he's fairly cheap, so $8, that's not that bad. So out of the two, I would probably get Miracle more. He's a more well-known character. The color scheme works a little bit, well, no, actually, the black and purple work better, but the color scheme is a little bit more traditional. He comes with more accessories. I mean, this guy doesn't even come with his father box, he calls it. Not a mother box, a father box. See how he reverses stuff. So, Mr. Miracle over Dr. Impossible. Moving on to one of the big ones, Sinestro. Originally, I got the regular Sinestro colors. And then, eventually at my comic store, I saw the Sinestro Corps colors. What can I say about this figure? Other than it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Big improvement on the previous Sinestro figure. I know it's just a color scheme change, but the eyes are different, the belt is different, and the color scheme just works so much better for this figure. The yellow and black just work so well. Maybe it's because I love the Sinestro color scheme so well, the Sinestro Corps one, but this figure, by far better. If you have a choice, I would get this figure over the regular Sinestro. Definitely worth it. Moving on to Firestorm. Originally, I got this Firestorm, which was the original Firestorm, which I said I did not know much about the character, which I know a lot more now because I've read more into him. He's actually a pretty nifty character, but I thought this figure was really good. One of the better figures from the wave. It surprised me because it just overall turned out very well. And then I got this Firestorm, which is the new Firestorm currently. I don't know much about him. I believe he's a student, but this Firestorm is actually, I dare say, better. I think the suit looks better. I like how it's more, how should I say, spandexy than baggy. I like the boots better. I like how the flame came out better. Both figures are absolutely beautiful. I recommend both of them. However, if you had to pick, I'll go with this one. Now, originally this one was more common, but this one they reissued in the best of the DC Universe Classic line. So either one of them is good. However, I think this one is a lot better. He is very nice. The detail is there. Everything is there. He's a very good figure, worth getting. And last but not least, the man himself. Yes, the man himself. Booster fucking Gold. One of the best comic book characters out there. Originally, I bought this Booster Gold. Why? Because the collar. I love Booster Gold with the collar. Pop in the collar, baby. And then at Stop & Shop, I bought this Booster Gold. The variant, which is the only difference. It skeets in the collar. Well, no, there's no differences at all. Other than that, it's the collar and skeet. So take a look at this bad boy right here. There you go. First thing is skeets can be removed, and you can open them up or close them to have the little monster moth, Mr. Mind, I think it was called, from 52. It's nice that he's removable. I don't know if my other Booster Gold can do that, but I'm not going to risk it. I don't want to break it. But removable is nice. The skeets does not look as good, though, because it can open up and close. The collar, I prefer the collar, but I prefer the collar over not having a collar. But either way, both figures are great. I recommend both of them. they're essentially the same figure minus two differences. It's really a preference on boosted gold, but both figures are absolutely beautiful and some of the best figures from the wave. So on a whole, my opinion, well, I don't really need to give an opinion. I told you what I thought about the variants. I'll try to get more variants with the regular figures when they come out. You can't find them anywhere. I mean, DC Universe Classic, it's hard to find some of the stuff. The only variant I'm missing right now from the waves, waves 1 through 7, because I'm still working on 8. I only have 3 figures from 8. Waves 1 through 7, the only variant I'm missing is the Aquaman one, which is pretty common. And, what else? Apparently there's a Red Tornado one, but I've never seen it. I don't think it exists. So with that said, those are my variants. That is my opinion. This is Andrew saying, peace out for now.